Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. The All-Star Game starters have been announced for the 2023 All-Star Game live from Salt Lake City, Utah, where your boy Ferro plans on being there for the festivities. Let's announce the starters if you missed it on TNT, and then I'll give you my first thoughts and reactions to both the West and Eastern Conference All-Star starters. Let's start out West. We'll make our way to the East. First things first, congratulations on his 19th time making the trip to the All-Star festivities. That ties a record. The kid from Akron, the leading vote getter and captain of the Western Conference All-Star team again, it's none other than LeBron James. He is joined in the front court by the two-time reigning NBA Most Valuable Player, say it with me, Nikola Jokic. And those two gentlemen are joined in the front court, first time as a starter, representing the Pelicans. It's none other than Zion Williamson. And for the backcourt out west, first things first, we need to take it to championship land. Your reigning All-Star Game MVP, also your reigning Finals MVP. It's the chef. Kenny Smith said his shot looks effortless. It's none other than Steph Curry. And he's joined in the backcourt by the NBA's leading scorer this year. I call him the Don, representing them Dallas Mavericks. It's none other than Luka Doncic. Okay. Let's swing over to the Eastern Conference, and we'll stay with the backcourt. Representing the Brooklyn Nets, it's his 8th time as an All-Star. Uncle Drew, back in that star lineup, Kyrie Irving, and he's joined in the backcourt. It's his first year in the Eastern Conference, and he's already making a lot of noise. Representing the Cavaliers, it's Donovan Mitchell. And Donovan Mitchell and Kyrie are joined in the front court. And here's where a little bit of the controversy exists. Let's kick this thing off in Boston, where Jason Tatum will be making his 4th straight appearance, the All-Star festivities. First time he was officially voted in as a starter. He replaced Kevin Durant the other years. Congratulations to Jason Tatum. And he's joined by the 4th mention, 13-time All-Star. It's none other than the easy money sniper, Kevin Durant. And the All-Star Game captain representing the Eastern Conference is none other than the guy that I call the Greek Freak. The Milwaukee Bucks is on Giannis Antetokounmpo, his 7th straight All-Star appearance. I tried to give y'all that energy because I'm really excited about the All-Star Weekend 2023. If everything goes correctly, this will be my first time going to the festivities in a media capacity. Actually, my first time ever going to an All-Star Weekend, period. But in a media capacity is a big thing for my career. So, thank you for all the support and love. I can't get there without you watching my videos and making things happen for me. So thank you for the love. I'm looking forward to being in Utah. Everything goes correctly for the All-Star Game. Now, my first thoughts on both the West and Eastern Conference All-Star starters. Obviously, the elephant in the room out East is Joel Embiid not making the game. And unfortunately, this is just one of those times where if you're a forward out East or a guard out West, it's tough. It is tough on both sides of the fence. Like Ja Morant's not an All-Star Game starter. He's had a phenomenal year. So is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They're both going to make the game, but neither one of those guys are All-Star starters. So for Joel Embiid, who's arguably having an MVP caliber season, like think about that, right? How can you be top 3, top 4 in the MVP standings or in the running as a candidate and not be an all-star game starter. Well, that just tells you how competitive it is out east. Everything was going okay for Joel Embiid when Kevin Durant was the lead and vote getter out east. Kevin Durant goes down with injury. Giannis steps up and becomes the lead and vote getter out east, which then propels some change. And then you see Giannis make a big step forward. Then I think Tatum got a few extra votes. I think Tatum and Giannis stole votes from Kevin Durant because he was down with injury, right? And then obviously Kevin Durant still had enough votes to be over Joel Embiid. So that's what happened, to be honest with you. Embiid clearly deserves to be an all-star game starter. If I had it my way, I would tweak the format when it makes sense to tweak the format this year. I would roll with Donovan Mitchell and Giannis, Embiid, Tatum, and KD. That would be my 5 starters if I had it my way. Now, obviously Kyrie Irving will be an all-star. He's an all-star for me this year. No questions about it. But I would have him coming in, with the second unit of the all-star game reserves. But the way it's formatted, Kyrie Irving, Jaylen Brown, you could have went either way with that. I think Jaylen Brown will comfortably make the game. But you can't go wrong with Giannis, Tatum, and KD. So it's tough to say snub, but Embiid is very deserving of an all-star game spot. He will be in the game. Now let's swing out west. Ja's been great. Shea has been great, but it's tough to go against Luka and Steph with the seasons that they're having. Steph's got to make it every year. He's popular enough to make it every year. He's champion. His shooting has changed the game. He's got to make it every year until improving otherwise, for me at least. So I'm not mad at Steph nor Luka in the backcourt. And then for the Western Conference forwards, there are some people out there that's going to say, Zion being in over, some of the other forwards that play more, like a Larry Markkinen is a guy that you hear a lot. Domantas Sabonis, to me, had another strong case to be an all-star game starter. I'm going to tell you why I'm not mad at it. I'll tell you why. Zion is probably not going to play a lot in his all-star game. That's my guess. I don't know that. I think he'll be back in time, but he ain't going to probably play a lot, if at all, right? I don't want to watch an all-star game with Nikola Jokic and Domantas Sabonis starting. They're boring. They're boring for an all-star game. Let's be honest, right? You don't want that. Larry Markkinen would probably be better than me than Sabonis, but either way, it's not exciting to have them starters. What'll probably end up happening is, yes, Zion will get to start, but Larry or Sabonis will get more minutes. It'll work itself out, although I do understand people saying Larry's more deserving than Zion because Larry plays more. The reality is, when Zion plays, he was more effective at winning games than Larry was for Utah. It's the truth. Now, with Zion making the game, a one snub that I do believe will happen is I do believe CJ McCollum will not likely make the game, and I do think that's unfortunate. I think if I had it my way, I would rather give the nod to CJ over Zion. That's me personally saying that, but it's going to be tough because CJ, number one, he's in the Western Conference now. Number two, he's playing with a guy that's going to be an all-star game starter. The Pelicans have slipped a little bit without Zion, so it's tough to justify them getting 2 guys. If Memphis is not going to get 2 guys, if Denver's not going to get 2 guys, 1 and 2 out west. So we will see. I don't think CJ gets in the game. I don't think he makes the cut. But we're going to do an entirely separate video where we discuss the All-Star Game reserves and predict them before they're announced next week. I look forward to doing it. Y'all let me know what you think about the All-Star Game starters being announced. Who was snubbed? Who you think they got right, wrong? I will say this. I do believe the fan vote needs to go down to 25%. Right now it's at 50%. I do believe some of what we're dealing with here with the Zion making the game is the fan vote. And I do think Zion was spectacular, but I think Kevin Durant even leading the East in votes. I think that was just about his popularity, about him being an all-time great versus him actually having a better season than Giannis, Tatum, or Embiid this year. Still having a great season, but I'm not so sure if it was better than those other 3 forwards out east. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the All-Star Game starters being announced in the comment section below. If you plan on going to the All-Star festivities in Utah, please tap in with your boy. Let me know, all right? I'm out.